Oh, hey, didn't see you there. What's up, everybody? I'm Jamal, one half of the Way We Ball podcast, and today I'm bringing you with me to South Texas to check out the first ever international friendly between Matamoros Gavilanes, or Gavilanes de Matamoros, and FC Brownsville. Now, for some context, FC Brownsville is in the NPSL. They also participate in the UPSL and NISA. That is basically lowest tier of the U.S. soccer system. On the flip side, we have Gavilanes de Matamoros, which also perform in the lowest tier of the Mexican side. Now, a few years ago, the Mexican Federation decided to do away with promotion and relegation. That rule change is going to be revisited in the next few years, maybe next year actually. So we will see if that stays the same or if that changes. But in the meantime, we have two clubs here in the border of Texas and Mexico facing off for the first time in what is called the Charro Days Clasic. Come with me to Brownsville, Texas. So the Clasico took place at the Brownsville Sports Park. Here you see the Matamoros Gavilanes bus. It was honestly a surprisingly great crowd. I didn't know what to expect. Again, this is the first time that the two teams have met. First time one of them crossed the border and met with the other. Here we have the teams lining up. Like I said, didn't know what to expect, and it was a great crowd, as you're about to see. Approximately 3,000 people, I want to say, were in attendance. Completely blew any expectations I had. Not only that, the game was fun. It was competitive. Everybody was really going at it. I know it was labeled as a friendly, but there wasn't too much friendliness going on. Both teams were going at it. Both teams were going for the win. Both teams had some younger players. Both teams were actually majority younger guys, apart from the goalkeepers. But you saw some of that. You saw some of the inexperience, but you also saw some flashes of these guys being able to make it to the next level. And let me just apologize for ever complaining about concession lines at the Shell, because as you see here, it was absolutely mayhem. Only one window for all these people. The lines were long, to say the least. Halftime was great. Chaos. They just let kids run on the field. But the second half was about to start, and boy, did it get exciting. Both teams at the end tried creating some chances. There was really nothing there, just a lot of full sprints to the end, but no really finishing touches. Sounds kind of... But we went into overtime, and let this be a new rule. When there's friendlies, let it go into overtime. Let's get a winner. As we see here, Matamoros had the first take, and he takes it in pretty easily. Brownsville followed suit with another goal going right in. Here we have Matamoros taking the kick. It was blocked, but upon further review, they dictated that the keeper came off his line, so Matamoros got another shot and blasted it in. Brownsville came back, tried to answer, but unfortunately couldn't. Shot was blocked. Matamoros came, scored again. Brownsville scored, answered with that. Matamoros trying to keep this alive, chips it right in. Brownsville gets it in there, and here we go. Matamoros gets it in, and that was all she wrote. Final penalty score was 5-4. They had 5-3. It was a mistake. It's lower division soccer. These guys are working pro bono. Hope y'all found that interesting at the very least. But what's the point? What's the story we're trying to tell? Well, there's a few stories that we can tell with that clip. First off, lower division soccer is alive. It's well, and it can thrive, as you can see in some cases. Hopefully the Dynados start creating a little buzz and start getting some more fans at those games. I love lower division soccer, and I just love seeing it thrive in smaller communities like the one I'm currently in. Second story that there is to tell, the Rio Grande Valley, specifically Brownsville, it's a very unique place. A lot of talent here. A lot of the teams go very far in the high school playoffs, many times even winning state. This was an area that the Dynamo tried to get involved with and never really figured out the recipe. They couldn't get that secret sauce for some reason. Kind of like what we've seen today. The locals just did not really embrace the Dynamo. They didn't really get behind the Dynamo, and it's a problem that we're still seeing 15, 20 years later, even in Houston. There's definitely a story to tell there. What that secret sauce is, I couldn't tell you. I think it's very important to be authentic and be very genuine when you're a club and you're trying to develop kids into your system. And hopefully the Dynamo come back and revisit this area. There's a ton of talent here. A ton of teams are trying to get involved in this area. Austin FC, San Antonio FC, even Real Salt Lake has tried to come down here and have some kind of a presence to get the talent. A ton of rich talent, a ton of kids that we could probably see in the future in some kind of capacity with the Houston Dynamo. Again, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching and making it to the end of this video. I'm Jamal, and this is The Way We Ball.